Okay, we're back, and I am here with Holly LeRoy. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you have a book release, The Fountain of the Earth, coming out, and this is actually the first of a few.
It is. It's a series, and this is book number 1. Number 2 is tentatively titled The Heralds of Juno.
Let's see if they can zoom in on that a little bit. So that's a really good cover there. So I was just going to read this little blurb here. Tara Vaughn is fighting to survive in a destroyed world, surrounded by unspeakable horror, and things are about to get much worse. So this book is about a young lady who lives here in the West Coast?
On the West Coast.
Okay.
She's a young girl who's in the post-apocalyptic world, and it's populated with murderers and lunatics, and she has to find the inner strength to fight her way through it.
Sure. So do we give the ending away, or do we let people read it
Oh,
and
no,
find
they're
out
gonna,
if she
they're
survives?
going to have to read it, I'm afraid.
So what inspired you to write this book?
Well, I wrote a piece of flash fiction, which is a little short story of 250 words called I Am Called Faith. And people were interested in the young girl, and they asked if they could hear more about the world and about her, so I wrote the novel. In fact, the 250-word piece is actually in chapter 3 of the book. So.
Oh, okay. So how did you become an author? What inspired you to do that?
Well, I've always been a writer.
Okay.
And I wrote some pieces for the newspaper. I wrote a weekly column and that sort of thing. And then when I retired, I decided, well, I may as well write.
What better way to spend your time?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
And when is the release of this book going to come out?
It is out.
Okay.
It released November 22nd.
All right. Are you going to have some book signings, or?
I am.
Okay.
In fact, we've got one down in San Jose.
Okay.
And so I'm very excited about that.
Speaking of San Jose, there's a new millionaire down there. Did you hear?
I heard.
Someone won the lotto last
And
night.
I'm
in
not.
San Jose. Oh, it is not you. Gosh darn. So if someone's interested in purchasing one of your books, where can they
Well,
find
right
one?
now it's on Amazon in both
Okay.
the print version and the Kindle
Okay.
ebook version.
Good.
And they can get it there. And then shortly it'll be on Barnes & Noble
All right.
and Smashwords and all of the rest
Yeah,
of them. So,
Sure. You need to do the audio.
Yeah, I should. Huh?
So this book is out, and the next one you're working on right now?
Is The Heralds of Juno, which is book number 2.
In the works?
It is in the works. I'm about halfway through it,
Okay.
in fact.
When do you expect that would be?
It'll be out about the same time next year.
Okay. So it takes about a year?
It takes
to
about a year.
go through this process?
You write it, you have it edited,
Sure.
and write more, and
Right.
so forth.
Scratch out and redo. And
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So how many books have you published?
Last year I released Street Crimes, which
Ooh.
is an award-winning mystery anthology. And it
Well,
too is available.
congratulations.
Well, thank you. And it's available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
And so those are the 2 that I have out now.
So how do you come up with your storylines? Is you just are driving down the road and one day you see something and it triggers and
It is.
kind of
You
grows
can-
from there?
You actually, if you pick up a newspaper, there could be 50 stories in the newspaper.
Right. That would inspire.
Exactly. And what inspired this one was, again, that short story that I wrote. But this is plausible. All of this could happen, which is really kind of scary.
It is kind of scary and it is plausible.
The sun, there's a thing called a Carrington event, which is a solar storm that can destroy all electronics, and once that happens, it's terrible.
That would in the world right there, you know.
Could be
Especially
horrible.
for our teenage kids.
Well, when you think automobiles stop
Yes,
running,
everything.
food storage, everything goes. So it could be horrible.
Some water resources. I mean,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
So how many pages?
272
Okay.
in print.
Looks like an easy read. So, of all the books that how do you come up with your cover ideas?
I love the
'Cause this is a
cover.
really good cover. It's the kind of cover that would just draw you in and say, pick me, pick me.
I had a lot of trouble coming up with a concept for a cover, and I found a cover designer in England named Raven,
Okay.
and she does steampunk and a bunch of other themes, and she designed the cover for it. And I
How
thought she did a
interesting.
terrific job.
She did.
she-
So
the cover-
hire like a photographer and all of that?
Yeah, we get a model, and
Very
she did the
interesting.
cover, the spine, and the back.
It's amazing what all goes into a book.
Oh,
You don't realize it
a
until
lot of work.
until you've done it.
It's a lot
Right.
of work.
It's a lot of work. It really is. So of all the books you've written, which one's your favorite?
I enjoy this one the
Okay.
most.
It's
I
very
really do.
intriguing. Huh?
I enjoy the character of Tara Vaughn.
How many characters are in here other than
There's
her?
probably 20,
Okay.
so there's a
She's
few.
the main one.
But I just wish more people would write about strong female characters.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of men seem to be afraid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that you're a man and you're writing about a woman in the primary role. So
Exactly.
I find that's an interesting point. So you probably go at it from a different point of view than maybe a female writer would.
Oh, I hope not.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, I think that's good though. I
they,
think
they
that
are
would be
they are human.
Yeah. We're all human. Okay. Well, do you have a website people can go to?
I have a blog,
Okay.
and it's LLeRoy.blogspot.com.
Okay. Well, follow Holly on his blog. We are going to need to take a break. TSPN has bills to pay, so we need to acknowledge some of our sponsors. But stick around, Holly, until the end of the show.
Sure.
And we can remind our viewers of your book and how they can
No problem.
get
Thank
hold of
you.
it. Thank you. Stay with us.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.